Bendiciones. I was watching this guy on here that talks. He always has like witchy talks. Has like guest speakers that come in and he teaches classes and all of that and whatnot. And he had this guy that comes on and you could just tell like right away when you see the first time I ever heard this guy talk, I don't even like watch him ever, but when this other guy that he's like a teacher on YouTube or TikTok or somewhere, when he brings them on there and I heard him, I'm like, oh man. And he brags about like, oh, he has businesses and because he has like shops, like witchy shops or something, like for tourists, like tourist attractions. It's not like actual, it's just for tourists go, for like curiosities, like little fun things. And, he's like bragging, like, oh, I have all these shops. And, oh, and I have a dishwasher and it broke. And I didn't even check to see if it was under warranty, because I just paid to have it fixed. It's like, oh my gosh, just like he thinks that that's a brag or something. That seriously, like there's so much, if you have so much money, there's so many people that are without right now in these times. And, that he's going to brag that he wastes money on, why didn't you check and use the warranty instead of, paying for that, help out people, your true, witchiness in community is about helping, the people in the community, helping the people, not causing harm to the people. Anyways, this guy, like you could just tell, I think a lot of people on here need to just pray for discernment to be able to, when you see somebody, to have a good judgment to tell like what. And a lot of times you see the ones with the most people that are following after them, or, in that, like, things that are cracking down in Hollywood, all these people, especially like the one that they call like the queen, the queen bee. And now all of this stuff is coming out about her and her husband. And you think of Hollywood, if Hollywood put her up there to be front and center, because nobody goes front and center unless they put them front and center. Whoever they're pushing, they only push the ones they can control. So the ones that are at the top that they're pushing are the biggest puppets, the biggest ones that they control. The Kanye West, or, him, they can't control him. So they're trying to get him away from there. Same thing that's what's happening with Trump. They can't control him. And not that, he's, this great guy and, but they're charging him with, he had paid off a prostitute, or he paid off a girlfriend or something that he had, because he lied about it or something. Bush, didn't Bush lie about, weapons of mass destruction that were, supposedly somewhere, and so many people died and so many things happened, but nobody's charging him. What about Fucci? Like, he lied about stuff. How come nobody's charging him? But they're going after him for paying off his whatever she was. So you see that somebody, shadow government, shadow rulers are the ones that are putting in all of these people that they can control. They're puppets, the puppets. And so anyways, this guy, getting back to this guy, paying for discernment, because you got anybody that's following this guy is blind, that they can't see, or they just don't care, or that's just they're using him because he has all these businesses. And get on board with that and be like, let me make money too with this guy. It's just about that, but not about anything other than that. But he was talking about like um that he doesn't believe in Pizzagate. So, you just that he thinks it's fake, about that the elites sacrifice any children, that there's ever been any blood sacrifice, human sacrifice by the elites. And even like without doing like an investigation on it, like, looking into it and, you know, watching, you know, underground information, that's not going to be on CNN, obviously, but, looking more deeply into it, just without ever doing that, just simply by thinking to yourself, like, is it possible? Is it possible that they would sacrifice a child or a person, a blood sacrifice, how people have been into this and said that they've seen it, but people don't want to believe that. But then being in um, a witchy community, how they say, you think, well, does blood carry ache? Is there sacrifices? Is there blood sacrifices? Why is it done? Well, for the blood, right? So does blood carry ache? Yes. Okay. And then you look up, what is there benefits to children's blood? Like, does children's blood have some extra, something in it that, people could benefit from? Again, yes. So just with those things, you think like, is it possible? Yes, it would be possible just with those two little things, without even thinking about, the actual people that have made firsthand accounts saying that they've seen it. So for him just to be like, oh no, it's not true. Oh my God. You just right there is ignorance. Ignorance is bliss. But you know what? Right now in these times, it's just time to wake up. Wake up, wake up.